Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the news postcard here on TayNinhTV with some last events in our province as well as nationwide. And now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoon of November 28th, the Standing Committee of the Prince of People's Council organized a supervision of the implementation of the resolution, conclusion and recommendation through the supervision section of the People's Council, the Standing Committee of Prince of People's Council, and the Prince of People's Council committees. Mr. Nguyễn Thành Tâm, member of the Party Center Committee, Secretary Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of Provincial People's Council, chaired the supervision section. Participating in the supervision section, there was Ms. Nguyễn Đại Thi, member of Provincial Party Committee, Standing Committee, Permanent Vice Chairwoman of the Provincial People's Council. According to the assessment of the Standing Committee of the Provincial People's Council, the resolutions, conclusions and recommendations for supervision have basically been seriously implemented by the People's Committee at all levels, sectors and relevant agencies and units. However, some contents and results of the resolution have not been thorough, specifically considering the removal of unused canals, proposing a mechanism for handling land after removing unused canal systems, implementing the regulations of Provincial People's Council on determining areas where livestock farming is not allowed and taking measures to relocate or stop operations of facilities causing serious pollution in the area, removing difficulties and obstacles to quickly implement plans to advance public housing facilities according to regulations, performing administrative procedures associated with the digital transformation, connecting, sharing and synchronizing the data between the applications of central agencies, applications of the province. And through the monitoring section, the Standing Committee of Provincial People's Council requested the Provincial People's Committee to continue to direct specialized agencies to update and report on the implementation results of the resolutions, recommendations and conclusions, including assessing the progress and effectiveness of implementation to promptly direct the removal of difficulties and obstacles. And on the morning of November 20th, the Standing Committee of Prince of Vietnam Phalang Front Committee held an online conference to deploy and thoroughly implement the resolution of the 10th National Conference of the Vietnam Phalang Front, term of 2024 to 2029. Resolution and action program to implement the resolution of the 11th Provincial Conference of the Vietnam Phalang Front, term of 2024 and 2029. Attending the conference at the provincial connecting point, there were Mr. Võ Đức Trong, member of Provincial Party Committee, Standing Committee, Chairman of the Provincial Vietnam Phalang Front Committee, and more than 3,000 delegates at the connecting point of 9 districts, town and Tân City, as well as communes, wards and towns in the whole province. At the conference, the leaders of the Vietnam Phalang Front Committee of the province deployed the resolution of the 10th National Conference of the Vietnam Phalang Front, term of 2024 to 2029 with 10 specific targets, including the target 100% of Vietnam Phalang Front committees of the provinces and cities deploy activities to respond to the immigration movement. The whole country joins hands to eliminate temporary and dilapidated houses in 2025. Resolution of the 11th Conference of the Vietnam Phalang Front of the province, term of 2024 and 2029, with 5 key tasks calling on classes of people in the province to continue to promote the duration of patriotism, unite to overcome difficulties and challenges, and join hands to actively contribute to building a strong and sustainable Tân province. And request localities and investors to research and propose urgent projects that must be implemented immediately and completed in 2025 or in the 2026 to 2030 period to the Department of Land Investment for consideration and appraisal. This is one of the contents concluded by Mr. Du Văn Thắng, Vice Chairman of People's Committee of the Tân Province, at a meeting to give opinions on the content of finance, budget, and investment in works of Provincial People's Council at the end of 2024. Mr. Du Văn Thắng, Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, commented that in the past, the preparation of investment projects was still a weak link, leading to the situation of capital waiting for projects, and the delay in complete investment procedures led to a prolongation of capital allocation time and affected the progress of disbursement, as well as the efficiency of using public investment capital, and therefore, it is recommended that units, localities, and investors seriously learn from experience transparency in the coming time. At the same time, continue to research and propose urgent projects that must be implemented immediately and completed in 2025 or the 2026 and 2030 period and send them to the Department of Land and Investment for consideration and appraisal, if any. Aside the Department of Land and Investment to work with a number of investors to unify the data for the 2025 Basic Construction Capital Plan. And ladies and gentlemen, it is now the time of change in season and the temperature between day and night is unusually different. Diseases in poultry flocks, especially influenza, are always at risk of recurrence, and the resistance of livestock flocks often decreases during the changing season, and many small-scale livestock households have not ensured their veterinary hygiene and have not fully vaccinated their livestock. Pathogens are still circulating in the environment. The livestock farmers need to be vigilant and always be on the lookout for disease outbreaks.
Like many households raising red chickens around the area, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Sớ's family in Hào Dược Commune, Châu Thành District always cares about the red chicken flock. The domestic rate of chicken is rising. He always keeps the chicken coop cool during the day, cover it tightly and warmly enough at night, vaccinate it fully, disinfect the coop periodically. His flock of chicken has never had an epidemic. I choose big red chickens to raise. I clean the barns 3 times a month. The chemist vegetarian comes to vaccinate and disinfect the barns. Châu Thành District is a locality with many small-scale poultry farming households with some high-risk areas due to reverse outbreaks of disease. So the district livestock and veterinary station always focuses on disease prevention. From the beginning of 2024 to now, the station has done a good job of vaccinating livestock and poultry, specifically vaccinating poultry diseases in 2 batches with 160,000 doses, injecting 21,000 additional doses, vaccination against foot and mouth disease in livestock in 2 batches with 10,600 doses. This infection has been carried out 3 times with more than 2.1 million square meters of barns for over 5,200 livestock households. There are no epidemic in the district. Vaccination against diseases such as H5N1, classical cholera, it is necessary to regularly clean barns as well as disinfect, especially during the transitional season when poultry-resistant diseases, the rhesus pathogens are easily infected. Care and feeding must increase the resistance of poultry by feeding properly, monitoring the health of the flock. In the face of the current situation of avian influenza outbreaks in some provinces and cities, the Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Department recommends that, in addition to implementing biosafety farming, farmers need to maintain hygiene, disinfect barns periodically, vaccinate against H5N1, other diseases such as Newcastle, ensure hygiene of food and water, supplement vitamins and minerals for chickens and ducks. Always monitor the health of livestock throughout the farming process and to prevent the occurrence of epidemic. On the morning of November 28, the Ministry of Health held an online conference on infectious disease prevention control with connecting points in provinces and cities across the country. Associate Professor Dr. Nguyễn Thị Liên Hương, Deputy Minister of Health, chaired the conference. At the Cambridge Port, the conference was attended by representatives of the Provincial Center for Disease Control, provincial hospitals and medical centers of district, towns and city. According to the Ministry of Health, in 11 months of 2024, the country recorded more than 125,940 cases of dengue fever, including 20 deaths, more than 72,450 cases of hand, foot and mouth disease. nearly 20,470 suspected cases of measles, including 4,918 positive cases and 5 deaths related to measles. Whooping cough recorded more than 1,050 cases, 1 death, 11 cases of diphtheria, 2 deaths, 78 deaths from rabies. To continue to prevent and control the epidemic in the coming time, the Ministry of Health requires localities to prepare response plans for possible epidemic situations, continue to promote early detection and timely handling of cases and outbreaks. At the same time, prepare plans for patient admission, treatment, infection control.
And with a spirit of determination to strive to complete the task of collecting the state budget at the highest level, the Ninh Tax Department estimates that domestic revenue in 2024 will be over 10,700 billion Vietnam dong. In parallel with the implementation of the task, the Tax Department launched an evaluation movement to complete the budget estimate from the first months of the year, striving to complete and set the budget assigned by the Provincial People's Council and the People's Committee. The budget's revenue results up to November 26 of 2024 was over 9,870 billion Vietnam dong and reaching for 100.49% of the estimate assigned by the Prime Minister, and compared to the estimates assigned by the Provincial People's Committee reaching for 99.77%, an increase of 12.49% over the same period. In the Tax Department estimate domestic revenue up to December the 31st of 2024 to be over 10,800 billion Vietnam dong, exceeding the assigned budget revenue estimate. And ladies and gentlemen, there should be tax incentives for the press agency, and this is the opinion that many National Assembly deputies met during discussion section in the whole of the morning of November 20th about the draft law on corporate income tax amended. According to deputies, applying the tax rate of 20% to income outside of the main task, such as advertising and organizing events, will put a great pressure on the finances of the press agencies. In addition, while public organizations enjoy corporate income tax exemption or reduction policies, the press has not enjoyed similar support policies, despite its important role in the society, especially in the context of fierce competition from digital platforms such as Google, Facebook, and the press. Advertising revenue is decreasing. Propose to apply the tax rate of 10% or lower, if possible, for the taxable income from non-political activities such as advertising and organizing events. Second, exempt to corporate income tax on sponsorships and add for the press agencies to create resources to support them in performing political and communication tasks. Thirdly, clearly separate income from tax-exempt political propaganda activities and income from business activities that enjoy low tax incentives, which has special support policy for the local press agencies, especially in the remote areas where the socio-economic conditions are difficult and financial autonomy is low or very low. We do not support the state. If they are revenue-generating public service units, they will collect taxes themselves. But as for the newspaper and magazines, they do not have revenue-generating units and they operate on their own. It is very difficult for them to collect taxes. But if we take them on the basis of their income, I find it very difficult, and therefore I propose that press agencies that are classified as small and medium-sized enterprises will receive preferential tax treatment. The delegates also proposed to build a simple tax declaration mechanism, prioritizing support for the press agencies in determining the taxable income and applying incentives. At the same time, increase the application of information technology in tax declaration and settlements to reduce administrative burdens for the press agencies. And on the afternoon of November 27, Tân Ninh Provincial Agricultural Extension Center, Tân Châu District Agricultural Extension Station, Tân Châu District Farmer Association, in coordination with the Tân Hội Commune Farmer Association, organized a summary of the project building a new cassava breeding model associated with a consumption factory in Tân Ninh in 2024. The project building a new cassava breeding model associated with a consumption factory in Tân Ninh has has been implemented in Taynan province with a farmer household selected to participate with 30 hectares, of which Tân Châu district had 20 hectares with 5 households participating, and Châu Thành district had 3 households participating with 10 hectares. And it is a practical program creating conditions for the people, especially the farmers, to have the opportunity to access the new quality seed sources to invest in production, gradually replacing the local varieties that are showing signs of degeneration.
On the morning of November 28, Taynan Provincial Economic Zone Management Board held a conference to disseminate environmental protection laws in 2024. Nearly 200 delegates from enterprises operating in industrial parks and economic zones attended. The delegates listened to environmental experts present on the topic of the responsibility of enterprises in industrial parks and economic zones in implementing the Law on Environmental Protection 2024, as well as the topic of solid waste management and regulations on administrative sanctions in the field of environmental protection in industrial parks and economic zones.
And Taynan is preparing to participate in the program Quintessence of Craft Villages and Regional Specialties in 2024, organized by the People's Committee of Ho Chi Minh City. The program Quintessence of Craft Villages and Regional Specialties in 2024 is held on Lille Street, District 1, Ho Chi Minh City, and the program takes place from December the 12th to the 15th of 2024. This is an opportunity for local businesses to connect with domestic and also foreign partners, and the province organized an exhibition area with 2 booths to introduce and promote the craft village products, especially products, local OCEP products, and support a number of typical businesses of Taynan to participate in the exhibition, promote and introduce craft villages and the event. And in recent years, in addition to the strength of the tea production, the farmers in Thái Nguyên province have sought to turn byproducts from the tea plants into a source of animal feed, and thereby helping the product have its own advantages in the market. If using conventional animal feed or industrial fuels, the sale of these hundreds of pigs will depend mainly on market movements. However, if using a mixture of organic feed mixed with the oat tea leaf powder, it will bring high value when sold to the market. This kind of livestock farming method is very suitable and easy to apply because, first of all, it takes advantage of all the agricultural byproducts of corn, rice, soybeans, and green tea that are very available locally. The second thing is the quality of the meat. The color of the meat is bright and beautiful, and the taste of meat is very delicious. And I believe that consumers will accept it with the price suitable for the effort they put in. Using food with a tea leaf powder, in addition to take advantage of byproducts from the specialty tea region, also opens up competitive advantages for the green organic livestock products associated with a circular agriculture. And raising this green tea pig, I find it different recently, especially when the weather changes. Other herds, I see that the defecation of the pig is darker than other herds. But raising the green tea pig is very normal. It does not have diarrhea. Through the scientific process, we have used tea leaves from oat tea leaves, which are relatively old tea leaves that have been processed to make the mature or even older tea leaves to feed animals to dry the pigs for meat. And through analysis, they will have more lean meat and meat will be more delicious. So after implementing the model in phase 1, we continue to implement the model in phase 2. The grow and selling time for pigs using feed containing tea powder is about 1 month longer than those using industrial feed, and therefore the selling price of live pigs is expected to be higher than that of the traditional farming. However, many localities in Thái Nguyên province have committed to purchasing on output and developing circular livestock products in the right direction, because these are products that are always welcomed by the market and consumers, and it is also the main orientation for the Vietnamese livestock industry to develop sustainably in the coming time. And that's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us, and goodbye for now.